the Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Yes, donkey of the day for Monday, February 27th goes to Scott Adams. Do y'all know who Scott Adams is?
No.
Not familiar.
Well, he's the creator of the syndicated comic strip Dilbert. Do y'all know Dilbert?
Yes, I remember Dilbert.
Okay. Well, the Washington Post, LA Times, a bunch of newspapers around the country carried Dilbert. Well, they did. They don't anymore because Scott Adams, for whatever reason, decided to post a video online urging white people to get the hell away from black people. Okay? I'm not making any of this up. Let's go to CBS News for the report, please.
Newspapers across the country have pulled the long-running Dilbert comic strip after a racist rant from cartoonist Scott Adams. In a video posted to YouTube this week, Adams called black Americans members of a, quote, hate group, saying white people should stay away from them. Adams has written Dilbert for 3 decades.
Would you like to hear the racist rant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to it.
Let's go.
This is the first political poll that ever changed my activities. I don't know that that's ever happened before. But as of today, I'm going to re-identify as white because I don't want to be a member of a hate group. I'd accidentally joined a hate group. So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed.
Well, it can be fixed. And damn, I buried the lead. Scott was transracial. I forgot to tell y'all that.
Transracial?
No, he was transracial. He said he identifies as black. Can we
I'm
play?
re-identifying as black, too.
Yeah,
What do you identify as now?
Because what did he identify as?
He said he identifies as white.
Let me hear him.
So I realized, as you know, I've been identifying as black for a while, years now, because I like to be on the winning team, and I like to help. And I always thought, well, if you help the black community, that's sort of the biggest lever. You can find the biggest benefit. So I thought, well, that's the hardest thing and the biggest benefit. So I'd like to focus a lot of my life resources in helping black Americans. So much so that I started identifying as black to just be on the team I was helping.
Okay.
But it turns out that nearly half of that team doesn't think I'm okay to be white.
So you can identify for whatever you want?
That's what I'm saying.
You just realizing this?
You're late.
I'm going to try that. When I get pulled over next time, I'm like,
I'm a white
Actually,
man.
I'm white.
I mean, this is obviously an old crazy man. Like, he's old and senile. So
Yeah,
I really
he's
don't,
nuts.
I'm not even taking it seriously at all.
I think we should take it serious. The only reason I think we should take it serious is because when I hear white people like Scott Adams talk like this, it makes me feel like he has no concept of history whatsoever, like no knowledge of white racial supremacy and colonization. Because, Scott, I don't know if you know, but black people have way more reasons to fear white people than white people have to fear us.
That's right.
Okay, the only thing white people could possibly be afraid of in regards to black people is black people one day having the type of power and privilege they have and doing to them what they have done to countless marginalized groups for centuries. So, Scott Adams isn't just calling for segregation, he's calling for separation.
Yeah.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad would agree. Okay, but once again, and this is just historic fact, white people have caused more hell on this planet for everybody than anybody. Right? And you can't hear what you don't reveal. So this newfound playing the victim, this white grievance thing that's happening is nuts to me. Okay, black grief should not lead to white grievance because we have every single reason to grieve. Now, can we also talk about self-destruction and self-sabotage, because we're not talking about that in this situation. Dilbert was published daily in 2,000 newspapers in 65 countries and 25 languages, and now it's been canceled by hundreds of newspapers because Scott Adams woke up and said, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to just go on a racist tirade against black people. I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on black people for no reason. All right? Called black people a hate group. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because we hated slavery? Because we hate the fact that there's been no atonement for slavery? Because we hate systemic racism? Why wouldn't a black person hate the fact that from birth to death we face systemic disadvantages, okay? Inequality between blacks and whites persists in every single aspect of society, okay? And the economy. Why wouldn't we hate that, all right? No matter what laws and policies have been created to address these systemic disadvantages, it still has left black people with less education, less wealth, poorer health, and shorter lifespans, and we're not supposed to hate that. Now, I can't speak for all black people, okay? No black person can, but personally, I don't hate white people, but I do hate white supremacy. And I really hate white grievance, especially when the white grievance paints black people as the problem. What's that African proverb? Until the lion learns how to write, every story will glorify the Dilbert. That's how it goes? It's something to that effect. It's something to that effect. Scott, you called black people a hate group, but think about all these wide gaps I just mentioned. They exist because of slavery, segregation, and discrimination. I haven't even mentioned things like the war on drugs, police brutality. I mean, come on, bro. Hate and racial injustice does not make black people a hate group. But Scott, you know this. You're just racist. Simple and plain. Okay, you're a white supremacist. And white separatism is a concept every neo-Nazi white nationalist talks about all the time. So knock it off.
Knock it off, or we send Dr. Umar on you.
1,000 lashes.
1,000?
1,000?
Just 1,000?
Exactly.
This is 1,000?
10,000.
10.
Okay.
Because he on the way. He coming for you.
Please give Scott Adams the big. Well, matter of fact, let Chelsea Handler give Scott Adams the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
I think Kathy Griffin need to get in on this, too.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
No Chris Rock?
I ain't heard from Mr. Chris Rock in a while either.
Cracker ass cracker.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, he need all of them.
What about my girl? Hey, man.
Are you offended, DJ Envy? Because you remember you just said that you're trans.
Woof.
Identify as a dog.
Since we can switch it up whatever we want.
Big yellow beige dog. Envy the big beige dog. Oh, that could be a great children's book.
That's
That
a
would.
great.
We can give
big
Clifford a
beige
run for
dog.
his money.
Oh my goodness.
We can give Clifford a run for his money. Envy the big Rashawn the big beige dog.
Oh my God, I'm messing with y'all.
Oh, that could be dope. You put some Timbs on him and a Yankees hat. All right, that'd be amazing.
Not the butters.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.